week. This episode, we're talking about VGC Spring Season, new season of special battles, new PGL competitions, giveaways of Lanturns. We talk about Pokemon, new Pokemon games coming out, new card game expansions, and a special new season of special battles, new PGL competitions, giveaways of Lanturns. We talk about Pokemon. All right.
It's not like it's hella professional.
I like to be professional. Welcome
You're wearing
to
a
Goldenrod.
Wobbuffet hat.
It's professional enough.
All right.
It's Pokemon related, you know? Yeah.
I
it fits. It fits in the professional standard of this. Welcome to Goldenrodradio, episode 7.
Episode 7.
Gave you the rundown of what we're gonna be going over. So, without further ado, I guess I'm Jelly Sound.
And I'm Datsa. I think this is on my channel, right?
Yes.
Hopefully we're on my channel. Okay. Howell Pape missed the Little Cup tournament.
That is too bad. The Little Cup tournament was very fun. Although, one week we were going to do a Little Cup tournament, we didn't start it ever, right?
We played Little Cup. I think I played Howell Pape.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, first what were we going over? VGC?
Sure. I'm gonna put battles on.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and link to Maximum Impulse Gaming.
Are we talking about RVGC first?
We can talk about the whole spring season.
The whole spring season,
as
so
a
you
whole.
might want to go to Nugget Bridge then.
Well.
Because they have the, the results.
Alright. They're going to see all that. They're going to see it pop up. They're going to see how slow the internet loads here.
Oh man, how not slow the internet is. Alright, so let's see. I have battles, but let's see how far away I have battles from.
Alright. On,
oh man, I have a shit ton of battles on here.
Which, what we learned 2014?
You can do that, yeah. That's a good read.
Alright.
Alright.
So.
Man, some of these battles are really old. These are going to be good to watch.
Cool. So.
1 of 6. Aha. I'm fighting Chris. Let's fight Chris, alright.
As spring comes to an end, so does the spring VGC regional season.
Yeah. It only went on for a month. That's how the seasons normally work. Gee willikers, people are playing VGC.
Yeah, let's just keep that at the top.
So pretty much without even having to read that, I can just go over it.
Yeah.
There's way more people playing this season than ever before. VGC has just
I'm going to link this article.
Completely shot up in viewer attendance. The one VGC we went to in Long Beach in January they were turning people away. There was 2 flights. So
there were 900 people there?
There's 900 people.
And they turned over 300 people away.
Yeah, they had twice the maximum capacity of people for that they were ready to deal with.
I linked my write-up to that.
Oh, you did a write-up for that, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was just literally way too many people, and it's good and bad. It's bad for this season because people weren't really prepared for it, but for future seasons, this is a great thing. They've increased the the length of nationals and worlds by, instead of nationals being just a 1-day thing and then top 8 on the second day, it's nationals are now a 3-day event. And actually, you have to pre-reg on Thursday, so it's technically a 4-day event in the at GenCon this year. So that's worth knowing.
All right.
All right. I'm not even looking at this battle, by the way, but I'm pretty sure I win. If you guys are wondering. Yeah, so there's just a lot more people playing VGC than ever before. It's finally becoming the active, format for people to play.
Yeah.
And maybe
for competitive Pokemon
there may
battling.
not be as many VGC players, but there are definitely a lot more doubles players than there ever have been.
True.
There's a lot of people playing singles that just throw a doubles team together full of singles Pokemon, and it can actually work really well in this format.
I think in previous seasons, people didn't always take double battles competitively very seriously, and there were less.
They didn't know.
There was much less of a turnout at VGC, and VGC is the only sponsored format that Nintendo has for Pokemon.
Yep.
Competitively, so if you want Pokemon prizes, you gotta play in the VGC.
So I guess we can just look at this article. It shows that obviously Mega Kangaskhan is the best Mega evolution of 2014.
Mm-hmm. We've had it as a Pokemon of the Week.
Actually, I think Mega Mewtwo might be better, but it's not legal, sadly. we've had it as Pokemon of the week before. You can go check out that article, and there's just so many things that it can beat. It's a type of Pokemon that can put the whole team on its back and just carry it. It's hard to explain everything that this Pokemon does.
It fits in anywhere.
Yeah, if you don't have your Mega, just throw one of these in your team, even if you don't plan on using it. But what it will do is draw out counters from your opponent. You'll see them bring their Garchomp with Rocky Helmet, their Ferrothorns, their Aegis Slashes, just to counter you. But you don't even have to bring this Pokemon. Just have it in your team. It's one of those Pokemon that has that ability.
And even if you can bring it, and
you can just kill everyone.
Yeah,
it's definitely a possibility.
Real strong.
Oh, dude, I just rock slid a Rotom Heat. That's hella nice.
All right, the other. We didn't see here. It's showing other really popular Pokemon from a metagame of VGC. We see Rotom Heat came in originally Rotom Wash, so the Rotom shifted, and then the Aegis Slash is new
all season. That Rotom Heat, I've run it at every single VGC that I've been to this season. I think it's amazing. It is a perfect counter to like everything that counters Mega Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
Like that's it. If you want a Mega Kangaskhan to kill everything, just use a Rotom Heat.
Yeah, it'll.
Look at all those Pokemon. The freaking Aegislash, the Mawile, the Salamence, and the Gardevoir. All counter Rotom Heat. Gardevoir can't hit it unless you're using Psychic. And since if you Scarf it with it like I do, you're faster than Gardevoir. Overheat, HP Ice. Everyone just rest in pepperonis.
And the things that we mentioned that counter Kangaskhan specifically, you got Garchomp with Rocky Helmet, you got Ferrothorn, which get Hidden Power Iced and overheated.
So, yeah, it definitely works.
The two latecomers of these 5 are Aegis Slash and Rotom Heat. Before it was Rotom Wash, but Salamence, Mega Mawile, Gardevoir, and its Mega counterpart.
And I think once people finally are like secure in the metagame, I said this in other casts, that we're going to start seeing a lot more Mega Mawile. Because Mega Mawile is technically has a good matchup against Mega Kangaskhan, and once the meta starts shifting towards Trick Room like it does in every single season near the end, we're just going to start seeing a lot more Mega Mawile, because it's just a much better Pokemon in the Trick Room than Mega Kangaskhan is.
Yeah. Alright, let's scroll down a little, see what's next.
That's just talking about how old and new players are both coming back. It's talking about the return of like Wolf Glick and Ray Rizzo coming to top tournaments like they did like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, so if you follow players, that's
it's just a little bit about player history.
This is Dark Void Smeargle.
Yeah, Dark Void Smeargle is actually really destructive in this gen. It also gets King Shield, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get there. Because Dark Void Smeargle takes I don't know, it's a gimmicky sort of lead in my opinion.
It's a gimmicky lead that you can lead with, that you can, and Smeargle's another Pokemon like Mega Kangaskhan. He's actually the best Pokemon to pair with a Mega Kangaskhan in most situations, that it forces your opponent's team to react even if you don't bring it in your team. If you ever just need a 5th slot or a 6th slot and you have no idea what to bring, you could throw a Smeargle in there. You don't even need Dark Void. You don't even need to have any moves on it. But your opponent will automatically expect that it is a Dark Void Smeargle and prepare accordingly. So you're like, all right, well, they're going to lead with their only thing that has their Lumberry and maybe like a Prankster Taunter because they need to do something about the Smeargle. But you didn't even bring the Smeargle, and since you know that they're leading with 2 weaker Pokemon than normal, you can definitely take advantage of that. And that's one of the things that Smeargle brings to the table.
Exactly. Smeargle, well, I feel the same about Amoonguss a little. Because
Amoonguss is, it's definitely the same way.
Amoonguss, it makes me want to lead with grass and something that has priority, like stopping the spore.
The thing about Amoonguss and Smeargle is with a Smeargle, you're like, all right, I can't let this Pokemon work. It will put my whole team to sleep and it'll win the game. With Amoonguss, you're like, he could work a little bit. He can work one time. And Smeargle doesn't really draw out that same, Amoonguss doesn't really draw out that same type of a threat that Smeargle does. But I do think that Amoonguss is actually a better team pick. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. I think the stigma of it too, when somebody like they know you're gonna go for the Dark Void, you're gonna go for the Spore, which means that if you don't, they're prepared for that. But if you get like a free turn to just do whatever, and then you just do next turn.
And Amoonguss also has Rage Powder.
Yeah.
And it can't be put to sleep by other. Like I think that's actually a big nerf to Amoonguss, not being able to use Spore on other grass types.
Yeah.
That's just a pretty big nerf. But we're gonna talk about, or it shows up there that the rest of the Mega Evolutions are also really big. We see a big return of Mega Venusaur and Charizard. I think it's funny how there's like Mega, not Mega.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, there's a lot of useful Pokemon that weren't useful in the past. Like,
I think that's supposed to be Mega's Charizard Y though, right? Oh, in the graphics.
Well, probably. It's just not.
And they don't have a Mega Man
But
X
just scroll down a little bit. So it shows the percentages of Mega Evolutions used. Obviously, we said Mega Kangaskhan was the best, and it shows at their winter for where they were at the winter regionals. So spring, obviously Mega Kangaskhan's the best. It's a little bit more popular than the winter. And Mawil's second most, like we said earlier. Venusaur, I actually think right now, for where we are at, like, where the current metagame is after the spring season, we're going to start seeing a lot more Venusaur because Venusaur is a great counter to Mawile.
Yep.
And Mawil's counter to Kangaskhan, it's that rock, paper, scissors, except for Venusaur has a winning match against both of them. So it's like a rock, paper,
Venusaur.
Rock, paper, Venusaur, yeah, so that's kind of how it works. Charizard is also at 20%. Apparently it's tied. Because the way Charizard works is when you have a Charizard Venusaur team, you don't actually know which one is going to be the Mega. Because what could happen is, most people would expect the Charizard to Mega Evolve into Charizard Y,
and
start up a drought.
Venusaur Chlorophyll.
And Venusaur Chlorophyll. But what you can also have is a Mega Venusaur, or you can just have Venusaur with Chlorophyll, but you can have him be your Mega as well. But if you, most of the time they expect you to protect, right? But if you just don't protect and pop a Sunny Day, you're extremely ahead. Like, next turn, you can Mega Evolve your Charizard into a Charizard X for, like, anyone else knows, There's so many things come out of that lead. Obviously, the standard one is Charizard at Y, but you can't really write it off.
And then Mega Venusaur has you only hit it with flying attacks and psychic attacks, yeah.
And last but not least, we have Manectric there. Manectric is a great counter to, Blastoise, who is really big in winter, and it does decently well against Mega Kangaskhan. Dropping that Intimidate and Volt Switching out to be able to use your ability multiple times is something that can't be ignored. I think I'm pretty sure I won. I won everything. Oh, this is a multi-battle I played with T. T was on my team.
Oh.
I'm not going to watch that. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, you talk about
and
something.
Next Nationals is what that article goes to.
Yep,
so,
and Nationals is going to be a full, super long event. We have Little Cup battles.
The next thing that we're transitioning to is our Pokemon of the Week.
Yeah.
And this is due to our experience at the first ever VGC Premier event is this just in California or across the United States?
There was one in Texas 2 days before ours.
So, I mean, the first set of VGC Premier events, because of the increase in popularity of VGC players, Nintendo at Long Beach and after was it Utah? I don't know how many were at Utah, but I'm pretty sure Utah was pretty big.
They pretty much started a newer minor week, which is the VGC Premier events. Now, this is just a test run for the VGC Premier events. Depending on how they go, they're going to open up shops to where even regular local tournaments like we have at Mage's Realm could have VGC points for their prizes. Yep. And that's really good. That's a great thing for the metagame.
It's a great thing for local shops too.
Well, CP is so hard to get.
Yeah.
It was really only the people you would see at Nationals and Worlds are really the only people that have the money and the time to go from flight to flight to state to state and compete in all the events at the highest level. And it just wasn't really relevant for everyone. It wasn't an option.
But if you live in just one state and you want to go hit up, there's within driving distance a couple hours, there are 2 or 3 premier events near us, rather than the 8 hours or 10 hours it would take to get to Long Beach or Utah.
Yeah, so that really saves players a lot of time because VGCs are set up to where every 2 months there's a season, there's a winter, there's a spring, there's a fall, and then there's Nationals and stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, every single weekend there's another event, and you would have to fly, I think Bad Intent was talking about going from St. Louis to California to Washington, all within a week and a half. And that's great for him because he has the money to pay for that. But there's a lot of players.
Is he sponsored by?
No, he just has money. But
and what does he do professionally?
I think he's in school.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron Zhang, the guy that tops everything. Last season he got top at Worlds. He's won a lot of regionals. He's a junior in high school. Yeah. So it must be nice.
Yeah. I remember being a junior in high. If I was good at Pokemon when I was a junior in high school.
Man, I remember being a junior in high school. Instead of screw going to New York for the weekend, I'd go to down the street. I'd go to the card shop.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I think it's a great thing that Nintendo's doing to bring in more people to get championship points. And that's what CP
It's not even more people.
Points.
It's that keep the players there for a longer period of time. The meta can get boring, and it's hard to keep a stable meta when all you do is see players every 2 months. and it really prepares people to have a greater showing at regionals and worlds.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this Pokemon of the Week thing in. When we were in San Bruno, which is the premier event of premier events that we were talking about, we got off on a little tangent. Lanturn was your sort of
I built
ace in the hole.
Yeah, I built. I did what do you call it, ace in the hole.
But
I built my team around Lanturn.
Yeah.
I really think that right now, where the meta is, it's a better pick for your team than Rotom Wash. And most people would think that, well, you're stupid and you're crazy. Rotom Wash provides so much. But where the meta is right now, there's such a low amount of Earthquake users that you can actually get away with running Lanturn. And what that does is it opens up your team to have a second Rotom in it. Because one of the biggest problems with Rotom Wash is you can't run Rotom Heat as well. And like I said earlier, I think Rotom Heat is just by far and away the best Rotom to use right now. So using a Lanturn and a Rotom Heat, not only does that open you up to have a bunch of AoE, they also work really well together because of Lanturn's Volt Absorb, being able to absorb the discharges and provide a little bit of AoE for additional para hacks. I think
because discharge is a 30% chance to paralyze.
Yeah, so definitely Lanturn. If you go back to the article, it says that
there.
Can I see the article? Yeah. So there's it says there's 6 reasons why Lanturn is a better team player than Rotom is. The first one is the diversity in ability choice. While Rotom has Levitate, and that's a good ability, right now it just doesn't have any relevance. The only common Earthquakers you're going to see are Garchomp and Mamoswine, and even though Garchomp is ranked pretty high in the usage stat, it's definitely falling in the amount of relevant reasons to use one in your team. I know I use one, but that's just because I really like Garchomp. And I know that what happens if someone would use Lanturn? No, I'm kidding. So Garchomp is steadily losing favor, and Mamoswine has always been a niche pick. So you're going to see it in some teams, but it's not like it's broken and it's everywhere.
Well, Mamoswine just counters Garchomp really well.
Mamoswine counters Garchomp. So
and you see I think Garchomps are falling out of favor a lot just because so many of the things we're seeing now have fairy typing that it's harder for Garchomp to just stay in.
Well, it's hard for Garchomp to stay in, but Garchomp's always been really good, but what's Garchomp do against Mawile? Sure, you can Earthquake it, but if you're intimidated, it won't kill, and then you're dead. You're extremely dead.
Yep.
And that's supposed to be a good matchup for you. Earthquaking the Steel type.
And it's gonna play rough.
And he's just too weak. You have to jolly it in this meta. And when you're Rock Slides aren't killing Charizards and Talonflames, there's just and a Rotom Heats. There's just points to where you can't use this Pokemon anymore. So I just think that right now the ability, let's get back on track. Rotom has Levitate. It's a great ability. It's not good right now. Lanturn has 3 abilities. One of them is Useless and Illuminate, but the other one, Volt Absorb and Water Absorb, are great abilities. Being able to switch in on water attacks versus water teams is something that no one really expects. And while I won't recommend using Water Absorb, I think Volt Absorb is a great ability.
Yep.
Manectric's good, and most teams do have a Rotom in it. And like I said earlier, I pair mine with another Rotom to use its Volt Absorb to restore 25% of his HP every time it gets hit. So having that Volt Absorb is just so much better ability than Earthquake right now because there's no reason to have Earthquake. There's literally no reason to have it. People are saying, well, Mega Gyarados uses Earthquake, and I was like, well, that hits Rotom Wash as well.
Yep.
So there's no reason to have Levitate. Also, the chance that your opponent is going to know which ability you have, they're probably going to guess that you have Volt Absorb, but they can't be sure, which means they're going to have to test it with their Rotom. They're going to have to all right, well, I can't Volt Switch out against this. I can't even risk Volt Switching against this, or else I'll lose. I can't risk Volt Switching ever because what happens if he switches in with that Lanturn?
Yep.
And that's just something that I think provides, a good enough reason. Right off the bat, it's the number 1 reason I have it on there.
Absolutely.
So
we get move pool.
The next thing is the move pool. Rotom Wash has a great move pool. No one's going to say that it has a limited move pool at all. It has Will-O-Wisp, it has Discharge, Volt Switch, Thunderbolts, Hydro Pump, even has Light Screen. This thing gets everything. But while it does have all those moves are predictable. And for the most part, a lot of players don't know how Lanturn works. So even though Lanturn may have a little bit less move pool, it has a wider move pool in the sense that your opponent does not know what is coming. Also, Lanturn gets a move that Rotom Wash would kill for in Ice Beam. Ice Beam is a great move in every situation, and for the most part, Rotom Wash is really walled by grass types, and while Lanturn can, it doesn't want to eat that many grass attacks, if it has to, it can definitely finish off Amoonguses with Ice Beam.
Definitely. You also got its HP.
Yeah, it has a whopping 75 higher base HP than Rotom Wash, which is like if you were to translate out to level 100, that's 150 more HP.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. It may have lower defensive stats, but those can be made up with for like EV training in a certain stat. Like if you were to EV train your Lanturn in full HP and full Special V, and then pair it with, let's say, a Salamence or a Scraggy to get Intimidate off, that's much bulkier than a Rotom Wash could ever be.
Yeah.
And you could also restore your health with a Water Absorb or Volt Absorb if the opportunity presents itself.
The fourth reason you have is similar to what you said earlier, is that a lot of players, they're not used to seeing Lanturn. They know Lanturn's a Pokemon, but they competitively, it's what tier is it spawn
I think it's the RU tier, and it's one of those Pokemon that you're like, well, I can't. It's like a king of the RU tier.
Yeah.
Like you could use Lanturn in OU. You could. Why not? It's really good. There's a lot more earthquakes there. That's a whole different story.
And so, I mean, everybody's played against Rotoms 100 times, against Kangaskhans. You throw a Pokemon out there that they don't automatically muscle memory know, it's going to throw them for a loop, and then you have the advantage over them.
Yeah.
And then you have the biggest reason why Lanturn is currently a better pick over Rotom in our meta today.
It actually destroys, well, I'll list number 5 first. It completely destroys Rotom Wash in a mirror match. Like I said earlier, Rotom does not know what ability you have, either Water Absorb or Volt Absorb, and it's going to have to guess. And even if it guesses, it's still going to trade extremely inefficiently. Worst case scenario, this is your as the Lanturn player's worst case scenario is you have Water Absorb, which means you can eat electric attacks for neutral damage, which is like, oh, whatever, and he can't Hydro Pump you. So if that were to happen, you would probably switch in on a Hydro Pump in the first place, which means you're not really all that behind. Best case scenario, you have Volt Absorb, and he can only hit you with a Hydro Pump, which is not very effective, and it's doing literally like 6%.
Yeah.
So that's number 5. Number 6, I think I already listed it. It's that it gives your team the opportunity to run a second Rotom, and
because the typing, just because the typing's the same and it's really bulky.
Yeah, it's pretty much a poor man's Rotom Wash.
Yep.
The opportunity to run a second Rotom, like we saw in the Nugget Bridge article about the relevance of the spring regionals, was that Rotom Heat is so good because it protects everything against it protects your Mega Kangaskhan, and that's obviously the Mega to have right now. So that's pretty much the Pokemon of the week in Lanturn, and it's up to you guys if you want to use it for yourself, but I really recommend it, and I really recommend testing it before you actually bring it into competitive play. We have Lanturns, we have Chinchous, 5 IU Chinchous to give away later in the cast. Is the actual cast saying
We'll be
anything?
doing that in a bit.
Yeah, someone's saying scroll down. The only way it wins is if it has a scarf. And I don't think you need Trick. I really do not recommend Trick on it because there's nothing really worth tricking right now. Like right now, there's nothing worth tricking. What are you gonna trick like an Aegislash? So that's kind of cool, but you could just overheat it. There's nothing worth tricking that you can't just hit because I really in singles. I agree with you. You need the Trick. You need to cripple those walls they can set up. There's nothing that really sets up right now that you wouldn't be better just hitting with. And let's say you were to use Trick and they were to switch in with their Mega. Now, it sounds weird, but if that were to happen, you're so behind. You could have just hit it. And that's just what I think.
Yeah. So, while we were at San Bruno, we took some footage, some pictures, some video of everything. We put it all together, and we've got it in an episode, Pokemon VGC Challenge Accepted Arrival.
Yes.
And so I'm going to link that here. It's you don't need to watch it now, but keep it in mind.
Yeah. So
because we're going to be going on with the broadcast for a bit. We're not going to play the whole thing because it's about 28 minutes long. So
yeah, I just want to talk about it. It's like I don't know if any of you guys watched like the Smash documentary or the Smash movie. It's pretty much like that, or maybe even the Dota 2 documentary. It's pretty much just our team's trip to San Bruno and how we did. It's the first episode of a probably 4 or 5 part series that I'm going to be doing, covering all of our games and talking about what happens to the players, our whole trip down there, whole trip back, everything that was that happened to us on the way. So that's pretty much it.
All right, yeah. So you can go ahead and look at that. The next thing we're going to talk about is the new season of Special Battles. So the Special Battle season is ending on May 13th. That's in 12 days from now.
That's actually when Season 3 is ending. So that means that next season, instead of having the VGC format on BattleSpot, the special format, like this is something every player that plays VGC for North America really, really likes. You know, a lot of people can just play on Showdown, but when it comes time to actual test stuff, you can have your team tested on Showdown, but I know so many times I've went and I found out that like, whoa, one of my Pokemon is missing the wrong attack, or one of my Pokemon's missing some certain EV spread or whatever. Stuff that you actually have to test before going to an event that you can only really do on the battle spot.
Yeah, and it's been a real good fortune to have the last 2 seasons of Battle Spot be VGC format, so that you can test your VGC stuff with other people who are doing the exact same thing.
Yep.
It's the perfect place in-game to be able to do that.
It's the only place in-game. It's the only place to do that other than Showdown. And I'm not going to lie, every single time you play on Showdown, you're going to fight against Dark Void Smirgle. The reality is, when you go to a VGC, every round isn't going to be against Dark Void Smirgle because Showdown is where everyone tests everything. They test stuff that they're not going to bring because they're testing. When you're fighting on Battle Spot, that's people that are testing the teams that they're bringing because they're on Battle Spot for that reason.
Yep. So that starts May 13th.
It's ending. What's going to be happening is inverse battles.
Yeah, inverse battle is, I think there's one trainer in game who fights, he says if you want to fight an inverse battle.
I think you do like one a day, right?
Yeah, you can do one a day. So an inverse battle flips the typing around. So
that means like you're weak against moves that you weren't weak against, and it's your moves are super effective against moves that are not very effective. Also, it's going to be Ubers. You can use anything.
Yeah.
It's not even like Ubers for like Chaos decks. It's like just straight up Pokemon like 1 through 7, 18.
There's no restrictions on Pokemon. Anything in the national decks is game.
And like I really everyone's really salty about like VGC disappearing, but like for the most part, I'm just hella happy you get an Ubers format.
You're gonna take a Hydro Pump and you're gonna be able to kill Raichu.
Think about it like this. All right, in Ubers, right, there's an abundance of dragons because dragons are standard Ubers. So, like, dragon's going to be a hella defensive type now. So I'm thinking, like, Dialga. He was already hella bulky, but, like, fuck, that double resistor dragon? Ooh. You mean he can switch in on fighting? Like, he had hella weakness, like, hella resistances that are now going to be weaknesses, but those aren't commonly used.
Yeah.
You mean, he's so ahead right now. He's just so ahead.
There's just going to be new things to think about. I'm really interested into if a meta develops, like what it's going to change to. Because...
yeah, we haven't found the Pokemon that's going to be hella good, like Auroras. That thing has so many freaking weaknesses.
It's going to be so... Like, what about, like, a Spiritomb? Or a Sableye? No weaknesses.
They have weaknesses, Fairy.
But like everything else was either resisted or regular damage.
It was barely resisted. Everything else was like neutralized.
Yeah.
I think it only resisted like Bug. I think it only resisted Bug.
I don't know. Either way, well, no, it would be neutral against Bug because Bug's strong against
Dark. No, it's a neutral. Yeah. That's it. Those things are gonna be exactly the same.
Staraptor is super strong. We're hearing.
Staraptor's always strong.
So that'll be a fun thing to do, like just for playability. I think that'll be really fun. The next PGL sort of event, the International Pokemon Challenge, was just announced. Was today, right?
Yeah, it was announced today.
So on May 8th is when registration starts, and it's the first 50,000 competitors who sign up for the PGL. It's going to be VGC rules. It's the official Pokemon, like Nintendo, like online competition.
Yeah. And they have one of these. They have one of these every season.
It's called the International Pokemon Challenge. You can.
It's just something that happens every season. It's VGC format, and it's a good way to test things after Spring Regionals. I think the most popular Mega Evolution, other than Mega Kangaskhan, is probably going to be Mega Venusaur, like I said earlier.
Yeah. So you can register on May 8th, and the competition will take place between May 16th and May 18th. So.
Yeah, remember to sign up because, like they said, sign-ups are limited, and it's not only North America. One of the things you want to do is when you're like playing, make sure to not play at like North American nighttime because that's Japanese, that's Japanese time. That's not your time. That's their time. Unless you're like, I'm just saying if you want to have any fun. Yeah,
Japanese people are really good at Pokemon.
It's not even like they're really good. It's like they're so rude, and that's just not fun. It's because like you're gonna have to try hella hard, right? And not like the one, but like when you try your hardest to win and you do win, they DC and you still get points, but it makes you like reconnect every single time, which is hell lame.
That is pretty lame. All right, now it's time. Pokemon of the week was Lanturn.
Yeah.
Talked about a Lanturn. We're gonna give away a Chinchou.
Yeah, Chinchou.
That is a level 1 future Lanturn.
Future Lanturn. It has 5 IVs. What is it? HP, defense, special attack, specialty, speed. It's bold nature. It's the same type of one that I used at the VGC. Where is it?
All right, so we're gonna get you those. We need a some way to raffle this off. The raffle app stopped, so
the raffle app doesn't work anymore.
Are you thinking of a number between 1 and...
A number between 1 and 20 this time.
All right. Everybody in the chat, type in a number between 1 and 20. And it's only the first number that you type in that counts.
This guy's hell nice. True
Ezio?
Yeah, Ezio. That guy's hell nice. All right, I sorry I interrupted you. That was hell nice.
All right. So it's going to take 40 seconds for them to hear me what I'm saying, but then numbers are going to start coming in. So yeah, 11.
Did you think of a number? Was I supposed to think of a number?
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
No one has it yet. You guys suck at picking numbers.
I think Holopape might get to cast another number because.
Oh yeah, Holopape. You guys just keep going numbers. Just first person you get the number goes.
Oh, it's the first person who actually just types in the specific number.
You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you just gotta do it.
Well, I was going like Price is Right rules.
This is my giveaway.
Sure. All right. You keep typing in numbers until he. In 40 seconds. Yeah. In 40 seconds, he'll tell you won. After you type in the number.
For those of you watching, it's usually the number I always do first when I say viewer battle. Got it. Gish Food got it. It's 8.
All right, 8. Gish Food. Gish Food is the winner. Do you have your friend code?
I don't know if I have Gish Food's friend code. I probably should, but I probably don't. Because I have to delete them quite frequently.
Do you want to pop into your home screen? Let me type in your friend code. Gish Food, I want you to type in... Everyone stop typing numbers for starters.
Dude, just keep going.
Second,
Chorizo, he had it, but Gish Food got it first.
So, let's get your friend code in here. I don't know your friend code.
It's on my page.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah. iShine's friend code is below the window, like down there. In the meantime, before I forget.
Yeah, we're gonna play this. So we're gonna talk about this while we're doing all this stuff. I probably have Gish Food's friend code.
All right.
But I don't know. So I'll So what this is a trailer for a new game that's coming out. It's coming out in Japan in June 19th. It's called Pokemon Art Academy. The point of this game is to draw helmets, and it makes it super easy. And this may be something a lot of you are interested in, but I think it's a really cool thing. Like all the other Pokemon games, like Mystery Dungeon, I didn't really like those. But this is definitely a game that I could like because this is freaking awesome.
Pokemon 描いて絵心ゲット
I do not know.
Pokemon Art Academy
Alright, there it is. Alright.
ここはポケモンの上手な描き方を教えてくれる学校。最初は簡単なポケモンからこんなポケモンまで40種類以上のレッスンで誰でも楽しくポケモンを上手に描くことができます。レッスンでは順を追ってポケモンの描き方を教えてくれます。お手本をよく見て少しずつ描き進めていきます。間違えても元に戻せる機能があるので失敗を気にせず描くことができます。正面からだけでなく斜めから見たフォッコを描くレッスンやマーイーカでは大まかな図形から自分で輪郭を描いていきます。慣れてきたら次のステップへ。ビリリ玉は光の当たっている向きを意識して影を描くレッスン。 絵の具を塗り重ねて立体感を出すジラーチのレッスン。レッスンを重ねていけばこんなリザードンも描けます。いろんな画材を使えばさまざまなタッチのポケモンが描けます。細い線を生かしてデッサンや下書きを描ける鉛筆。アウトラインペンは上から色を塗っても消えないので輪郭を描くのにぴったりです。ムラなく色を塗りつぶせるマーカーペン。重ね塗りで立体感を出せる絵の具。輪郭をぼかして柔らかい絵が描けるパステル。スプレーを使えば綺麗なグラデーションが描けます。フリーペイントではポケモンを自由に描くことができます。さらにお手本となるポケモンのイラストを100種類以上収録。お手本を見ながら自分の好きなタッチでポケモンを描けます。任天堂 3DS カメラで撮った写真を見ながら描くこともできます。レッスンやフリーペイントで描いた絵はカードになってアルバムに保存されます。通信機能を使えば自分の絵を友達に送ったり、描いた絵をミーバースに投稿することもできます。
That's exciting.
Yeah, so this is the game, Pokemon Art Academy.
ポケモン描いて絵心ゲット。
Yeah,
I'm play really bad.
That's gonna be a nice,
ポケモン
nice
アートアカ
Pokemon
デ
game.
ミー。
No problem. No problem, get your food. We also have ones, others to give away as well. We'll probably do a shiny Wailord giveaway at the end.
Yeah,
'cause I
right
don't
at the
want it
end
anymore.
of, right at the end of everything.
Yeah, so we still have more stuff to give away, so stick around for that.
Yeah.
This is just the first giveaway that we're doing.
Mhm.
And that Pokemon Art Academy game is gonna be so nice. We should have like a tournament.
Yeah.
Not like a tournament, but like people submit stuff in over the course of like a month.
Like we did the PR.
Like
the
we
PR
did the PR
tournament.
tournament. Yeah.
All right. So next in just Pokemon general news, besides the teaser for that, I mean, it's gonna take a while for that to get to America, but it's gonna be a great little thing. I mean, it's the first time they've done something specifically like that, which is, I mean, it's more along lines of the stint that Hey You Pikachu filled, rather than like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon or Coliseum or specifically like other or what was it, Conquest? Like those games or
Conquest is
Pokemon
pretty
games,
cool.
but they're more like I don't know, they're like competitive, like serious. This is an art game that's specifically Pokemon oriented. I'm pretty stoked about it. So, new card game sets coming out.
Yeah, all you.
Blaze Fire. I think there's pre-releases, like pre-release tournaments start like in a couple days. If you find one locally, they're like $30. The new card set has really overpowered Mega Evolution cards.
Because Megas are broken.
Yeah. So the reason that I'm like not even gonna try playing Pokemon card game is there's a Mega Charizard card. I mean, to play Mega Charizard, it's technically an EX card. So you play it over an EX. So you have your Charizard EX. You play that your first turn, and then you play your Mega over it on like your actual turn for your evolution, and then like Megas have like their first ability is the Mega EX. It's got to wait a turn before it can do anything. But Charizard has an attack that is like 220 or 240 base, like just attack damage. And instead of paying energy for it, you just mill 5 cards from the top of your deck. So,
aren't there what is it, supporter cards that say like shuffle your graveyard into your deck?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that N? Which is the one that does that? It's either N or Skyla that does that, or is it Professor Juniper?
I believe it's N.
Yeah, I think it's N.
N is a deck, sort of a deck refresh, or it's either your hand and it's N is the card that would
yeah,
do
but that's
it.
still how broken.
Yeah,
so.
because most Pokemon cards have or under 200 HP.
Yeah. And it doesn't even matter. Most Pokemon cards require energies to attack.
Yep.
You could run that card. You don't even have to run energies in your
You
deck.
play it, mill 5. You win. You've won all 6 of your battle rewards. Or prizes.
But the thing is, like, how much HP does it have? Do you remember?
It's got over 200 HP.
Then that's all broken.
Yeah.
It's like they could just, like, there's no way they can, like, counter you with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's probably going to be some strategy to do it, but it's not fair to, like, a card game player you have to specifically play the deck that counters that or play that deck. Like, I don't know, it's really broken. But the whole set is going to have, like, the rest of the Mega Evolutions. So if you're looking for, if you like collecting cards, you like playing the game, that'll be exciting for you.
There isn't even going to be a deck that counters that. There's just going to be that deck that goes either first or second.
Yeah.
The power of the mirror matchup's going to be real.
Yeah, I wonder how it would mirror match. Like if you just, I'm gonna Charizard
the person who
attacks
attacks
you.
first
Yeah.
wins.
I think it would take 2 attacks to kill a Mega Charizard, though.
So yeah, the one who attacks first wins. Attack, attack, attack.
Can't you just stall it out and force them to run out of cards?
Attack, attack, attack. Attack, 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 attack.
I mean, if they have it on their first turn, like they've got enough cards in their deck to just 5 cards, 5 cards, 5 cards, and there's trainers that can take the cards in their discard pile and shuffle it back in. So
I don't think you can stall. I don't think you can. You can't just stall it out because it's gonna one-shot all your shit. And the thing is, like, the threat of the Mega Charizard is probably gonna be more devastating than it actually is. Just having it in your bench is gonna be like, don't you set up? I'll kill it.
Yep.
I'll just what is it? Catcher? Pokemon catcher?
Yeah.
Just catcher dead.
Flip a coin.
You have to flip a coin for catcher now, huh?
You flip a coin and it goes back to their hand, right?
No, the one that Gusto wins it out.
Okay, yeah.
You don't have to flip a coin for that, I don't think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the card game's just broken.
It will be, yeah. I mean, you go to a pre-release, you pull one of those, you automatically win. Automatically.
Alright, so what else are we talking about next?
The last thing on my list was Google Maps. Everybody may remember exactly 30 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly 30 days ago. It was a Tuesday. It was raining here. Anyway, Google did one of their famous April Fool's joke type of deals, where if you had the Google Map app, that you could search for Pokemon in, like, the world. So if you just, like, went through your map app, this would make a good visual aid. Right here, like, Google Maps, like that. Let me zoom out.
Were you looking at, like, the Loch Ness Monster thing?
Well, I'm just showing them the planet Earth there, Google Maps. You could find Pokemon, like one of them was like a Googleplex, several of them were in Australia. A lot of people are talking about how they moved their Google Map globe all the way over to the Galapagos Islands, where you may remember Charles Darwin spent a lot of time before he wrote his book, The Theory of Evolution, Pokemon Evolve. So they threw a lot of Pokemon on the Galapagos Islands, just as sort of like an homage, I guess. If you collected 150 of those, Google has been contacting the people who did that and asking for shipping information, which means there's some sort of tangible prize for participating in the April Fool's joke.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be. It could be like, could be like
Probably
a card.
A t-shirt.
It could be a t-shirt. It could be a Pokeball.
It could be a Pokemon.
It could, yeah. Google has created an actual living Pokemon, an Eevee,
Pokemon
if you will,
719.
or a Ditto. What were the other? Porygon was man-made.
Yeah, Porygon. Yep, they're gonna give you Porygon.
They're gonna give you a Porygon. You gotta find your own dubious disc though.
I'm fine with Porygon. Me and Sarah were talking the other day. What Pokemon do you think is like the most cuddliest, like cuddleable Pokemon?
The one that's a big cotton ball.
Which one's that one?
Cottony?
Cottony? I don't think Cottony's the most cuddleable. I think Eevee is. Because Eevee has, like, tangible and it's soft as hell. Like, Fennekin isn't nearly as soft as Eevee is.
Fennekin's also probably pretty warm.
That's true. But, like, I think Eevee makes up for that in sheer softness.
Yeah.
She also said Teddy Ursa, but there has to be the Ursaring mother right behind.
The only thing, like, Teddy Ursa's really, really...
And before it's a Pikachu-themed Chromebook, that would be
a lot of
sick.
people did it, though. Chromebooks, I don't know if they have the capital to just give away Chromebooks.
I don't care, man. It's Google. Just do it.
But an Eevee would be Pangoro. Okay.
I don't believe that. It's not cuddly.
Maybe,
It has to be Eevee, because Eevee, you could hold the Eevee like this and just... Oh.
What about Wobbuffet?
Wobbuffet's like... No, he's not cuddly.
This Wobbuffet's pretty cuddly.
It's not. Cuddly.
Cuddly Pokemon.
Whimsicott would be a lot more cuddly than just like Cottonee, I think, because it has like a body.
What about like a Jumpluff?
That's like it's like a
Jumpluff could just like
Jumpluff
rub you with like
not,
cuddle.
No, it's not cuddle. It's pollen. I think Whimsicott definitely has a Chinchino. That's a good one.
Chinchino,
But
yeah.
I think we don't know the size of Chinchino relative to like a trainer. It might be too big. You can't cuddle with something that's big. I think if you were to like, it's so hard to say because.
I know, like a Teddy Ursa would be a good shot, except that you know there's an Ursa ring around the corner.
It's like that's the bait. Like Flareon, she just said like the whole bit about like.
What about Chubchew?
Cubchew. That thing's like sneezing all over you.
Yeah, but you just want to take care of it,
No,
give
I
it some
don't.
hot
I want to
soup.
like run from it because every single time I have to special attack Eevee train, it's there and it's so annoying.
I bet that if you took a Cubchew,
I win. I got it.
Gave it some like soup and treated it real nice and got it better, it would just turn into Teddy Ursa.
I think I know the cuddliest Pokemon. It's Furret. It has to be Furret. Furret's like a body pillow.
What
soft
about
as fuck.
Lanoon?
Lanoon? Alright, so Patrick was showing me pictures of like Maine Coons. You know what those are?
Which one?
Maine Coons. It's a cat.
Yeah.
It's a house cat, but it's like huge. So like people are trying to like cuddle with these Maine Coons, but like they're too freaking big. I think Furret is like it's like they're hella heavy too. So like Lanoon wouldn't work. I think that Furret is a body pillow.
People cuddle with their ferrets.
I'm gonna get a Furret and I'm gonna name it Body Pillow. I don't care if it's like 6 feet long. I'm like 6 feet long. I'd like a 6 foot long body pillow. That would be the best thing.
I don't know how a ferret would feel about being used as a body pillow, though.
He could just deal with it.
I guess.
We're talking, James. We're talking about the cuddliest Pokemon.
Ferret is a polecat. Ferret is a ferret.
Think about it. What's the we said Eevee. If you were just like cuddle, and like take a nap. I said Ferret. It's like a body pillow, man.
What about Ferret's just a Quilava that's not on fire.
Quilava would be quite nice. It'd be extremely warm.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Cynical is just better at that point, I think, because Quilava might be kind of heavy. Ferret's not heavy.
Well.
All right, so that's that topic. We had an extra topic out of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So, anything else we want to discuss? Anything else in local Pokemon news? I don't think so.
No.
What are we gonna be doing in the near future?
So we're gonna be doing tournaments on Fridays again.
Are we doing Little Cup still?
You know, I haven't decided what tournament we're going to do on Friday. You know, we could definitely do Little Cup again. We could do VGC. We could also just do singles. So I'll think something up for tomorrow. Depends on what do you guys want to play. If you guys were to enter a tournament on this channel at 7 p.m. PST tomorrow, what format would you want to play? So while they're answering that, I'm just going to talk about the website. The website Maximum Impulse Gaming that is on the
I'll link it again.
It's a website that sponsors us to play Pokemon, and we write articles for the website, and there's a lot of information that is on said website that you might want to go check out. We write, every couple days we write articles on there, and there's a lot of VGC, specifically like information. I have a text message.
Oh, well, let's stop the conversation, and I'm just going to pull up a couple other little things from that. I'll scroll through here. You got your team from the VGC San Bruno. Nice little GIFs linked.
It was important.
It was a nice rate the team.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of stuff we do on the website, and in the coming in this future weeks, there's going to be a major overhaul of the site. There's going to be a lot more articles. There's also going to be articles for StarCraft and League of Legends.
We got like articles here, some images, nice little things.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of stuff to go over on the site, check out. And it would help us out a lot to check it out because it's really cool. We also run a lot of tournaments there. Like before, we've run the PR video tournament. We've run, there's a picture of our Pokemon division right there. But we run PR video tournaments. We run weekly tournaments every Friday. We also run just a bunch of, we do a bunch of stuff on the website.
Yeah.
And it's just, I thought I might as well talk about it.
Yeah, Maximum Impulse.
Maximum plus. Yeah, we have a pretty...
Serious business.
What is it? Our League of Legends team has all Diamond 1 people now.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're going to be trying to compete in the Coke Zero League next season. Which is that's like the challenger league. What is the actual chat saying?
Have they said anything?
Yeah. Cacturn.
Middle cup would be cool.
Middle cup.
That's probably the teen cup.
Middle cup is a teen cup is actually no longer a thing. You can't do teen cup anymore. It doesn't work.
You said there was one Pokemon that just sort of wrecked everything in Teen Cup.
One Pokemon wrecked it back when we did it, but that was before Evilite came out.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Quilava is the coolest Pokemon in that cup. But yeah, so we're gonna be playing a tournament on Friday. I haven't decided what it's gonna be. I was also thinking about me and Tyler were talking about setting something up. You know, the League of Legends has the LCS.
Yeah.
Do you know what the LCS the League of Legends League Championship Series? Mm-hmm. So what it does is there's 8 teams in that, right? And they play, for about 6 weeks or something like that. And at the end of it, it goes to the 6 teams go to playoff, 2 teams get relegated, and then they play for actual prizes and money and stuff like that. Me and Tyler were talking about potentially setting up something like that for Pokemon here at Mages. So 6 weeks of where people have, I got another text message. People set up, they just play their games for 6 weeks against scheduled opponents. So what that means is you have a set format to play, and you have a set opponent to play. And as the weeks go by, you learn more about your opponent's playstyle, and you prepare a team to beat that person's team, knowing their playstyle. And at the end, we're going to have actual prizes and stuff. But we're still setting that up.
So kind of like how they do the Nugget Bridge tournaments?
Not really, because those are weird. You don't know anything about your opponent. You fight the same 8 people for 6 weeks.
All right, then yeah, a league challenge with 8 people. We could definitely be able to broadcast that easily, do analysis on the stuff. That'd be fun. All right, I think I've been Jelly Sound. That's +1.
Yeah, but the name of the channel is I Shine, and that's my channel. So yeah, if you guys liked what you saw on the channel, feel free to follow. We stream. Well, I stream about 4 or 5 times a week. Like I said, there's tournaments on Fridays. I usually do viewer battles at nighttime and viewer battles on Sundays. Other than that, there's just a bunch of random stuff that goes on. I usually do giveaways to people that beat me and stuff, which tends to not happen.
That's true. He's really good at Pokemon.
We should give away another Pokemon.
All right. So yeah, we'll end.
How many people are in chat?
End the stream with.
That's not gonna work. It's not working right now.
Currently unavailable.
Scroll
It says
7. I wonder if I want to give away the shiny to 7 people.
Nah. Let's give away another Chinchou.
I'll give away another Chinchou.
Pokemon of the week.
All right.
Who wants it?
Who wants another Chinchou?
Are we just gonna start saying the numbers?
All right.
I'm thinking of a number this time.
You're thinking of a number between 1 to 20.
Between 1 and 20.
So you gotta scroll all the way down, because I don't know if it's all scrolled all the way down in there.
It is.
All right. So the first person to think of the number he's thinking of, I'll trade this Chinchou to, and they'll get it, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, 1 and 20.
And I think it's a 30-second delay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna see 1, chat. All 7 of them. 8.
I'll see if they got that.
Continue to type stuff.
Yeah. Let's 12, 14.
Wants my
nope.
Torkoal. And
nope.
no.
True Ezio is really trying.
Just go for it.
Yeah, you could type as many numbers as you want. 1 at a time per line, though. That
I
Dragon Day Sarah got it.
Sad face. You know what? All right, I'm gonna give Chorizo 1 anyways. So I'll trade Sarah. And then so I'm gonna need Chorizo's friend code.
All right, True Ezio. Type your friend code into the chat. True Ezio 1 is a winner. True Ezio is a winner.
Because he said something awesome, and I had an extra Chinchou anyways.
He did. True Ezio.
Alright, so
because I was Assassin's Creed reference, I think. All right, so True Ezio.
So what we can do? We can give it to Pigeon Boy and True Ezio because they want it.
Okay. All right, Pigeon Boy 14 and True Ezio.
Because he also said 5. They're the 2 other people that said 5.
Type your friend codes into the chat, and we will.
All right, you got to keep them entertained while I trade them.
Well, I'll keep them entertained. I need your friend codes first, though. Then, and only then, will the entertainment start. I'm trying to balance this while you type in your friend codes, because I was gonna show them entertaining. I was just gonna play the first intro to the video, the episode.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. We're waiting on the friend codes. True Ezio.
Alright, I got it.
IGN Scott. All right. Pigeon Boy 14.
I hate adding friend codes.
Pigeon Boy 14. Your friend code, please.
Sarah wins all my raffles. Do you know that? One time I raffled off a shiny Giratina, and she won it. There were hell people doing that one.
All right. Let me know when you got both of those friend codes in.
Take a sec.
It fell. And actually, it does sit up here sometimes. Come on, Wobbuffet. You could do this. There we go. Wobbuffet. It was one. She's defending herself. She doesn't think you're being truthful. Oh, if I talk like this, like they can't see my lip move. My mouth is exactly where the Wobbuffet's face is.
I got it.
So, yeah.
Go for it. Is Marowak still good in BGC play? Is it even legal?
Marowak? I don't think so.
I don't think Marowak's legal, and even if it is legal,
Couldn't you just Garchomp?
Garchomp's just the better Pokemon in this situation, and Mamoswine's better than both of them.
I mean, I guess stab Rock Slide.
Well, no, like he's not a rock type. None of them are rock types.
I thought Marowak was rock ground.
He's just a ground.
He's just ground?
Yeah.
So he's just a
sucks.
non-dragon Garchomp.
Yeah, he's
Alright.
just a suck.
I'm going to bring
He
up the
gets lightning
volume
rod.
a little for this.
Alright, so this is the movie that we're working on covering our, our adventures at the past VGC Premier San Bruno event. And some of you may have already seen this, but we're just putting this up there to kind of have while I'm trading. So you might want to take away
That one?
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Are you going to do your thing where you... Okay,
Oh, no,
yeah,
no.
I'm going to play this.
So I'm connecting back to the internet. We don't need to have, and I guess we can get muted too.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'll do it.
Our adventure starts off in Sacramento, California, April 26th at 4 a.m. Well, 4 a.m. is a bit early. Maybe 4:05. The day starts out like any other. Wake up, go to the restroom, brush your teeth, maybe get just a couple more minutes shut-eye before actually having to do anything. Now that everyone is fully awake, Team Maximum Pulse makes the long drive down to San Bruno, California to enter one of the very first VGC Premier events of 2014. A top 8 here would be very big for any of us, as it would give us confidence for the rest of the season, as well as future seasons ahead. With the coming of Gen 6, we know a lot of trainers are going to be using many different Mega Evolutions as their core for their teams. We hope to gather accurate data on these Mega Evolutions, as well as produce a great showing for Maximum Pulse. Hopefully, we can all make top 8 without eliminating each other, which is something that usually tends to happen, and just have a lot of fun. During the car ride down to San Bruno, Jim Hamilton and I decided to have a fun battle just to get rid of some of those last minute jitters before VGC, as well as waste some time because the car ride was actually pretty long. I'll be using this battle as somewhat of a tutorial to explain what VGC format is, and you guys are going to see me get completely destroyed in this battle, so that's going to be kind of funny too. Anyways, enjoy. Here's the battle I played against GM Hamilton on the car ride down to San Bruno. As you can see, his team on the left-hand side is going to be Mega Kangaskhan, Talonflame, Azumarill, and Rotom Wash. My team on the right-hand side is Rotom Heat, Lanturn, Salamence, and Kangaskhan. This is a very fast battle, as VGC games tend to be a lot higher paced than singles, and games can be won or lost in a single turn depending on a misplay. The way VGC doubles works is each trainer brings 6 Pokemon to the battle. Then, depending on the team preview, in which both trainers can look at the opponent's team, you then pick 4 of your Pokemon and decide to use those 4 in battle. Right into this one, and see me get destroyed. Alright, so Vatsa, which is my in-game name, is going to be issuing a challenge against GM Hamilton, who decides to lead off with his Kangaskhan and his Talonflame like I mentioned earlier. My team is going to be Lanturn and Rotom Heat, which is a team that I'm testing for this tournament, and specifically a lead that I'm testing in this tournament. I decided to recall my Rotom Heat and send out a Salamence to get a nice Intimidate on both of his physical attackers. He decides to go for the obvious Mega Evolution, which really boosts Kangaskhan's stats, as well as gives it great ability in Parental Bond, which pretty much likes it attack
You
twice.
can watch the full thing
with my Rotom,
in the link that I'm about to put in the chat. I'll wait a couple seconds so that it's more in tune with what I'm about to say. And so that's all for this episode. Let me bring that down a little more so you can hear us. That's all for this episode, this broadcast of Goldenrod Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always tuning in if you're a regular listener. I know a lot of people check out the VOD just because they like to see our take on the Pokemon news and just information. So that's real nice. It's real nice that they do that. So thank you to all our followers. I've been JellySound1.
Luckily, I survive after one return. Use my item, which is JellySound1, and I guess my channel's name is iShine, but I'm Vatsa. You guys can see my YouTube there, as well as the other social media I have at the bottom of my channel. Feel free to look up JellySound1 channel. We're on the same team. We do a lot of stuff together. So,
I will start streaming again probably this month.
You should do that tonight.
No, not tonight. I move Saturday.
Oh yeah, you're going to
Fast internet, but streamable internet. So
I'm about to
nice.
come over.
Alright,
so yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is going to probably become a normal thing we do again. And be sure to tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for whatever format tournament we decide to do. It's going to be open to everyone.
Yep.
And
I'll try to have sign-ups around 6:30.
Yeah, I'll try to have an actual prize, like something worth winning. So, alright.
So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.